Okay, I think we're going live. It's almost 9 o'clock. Yes, we are going live. Awesome. We're live, guys. It's almost 9 o'clock, so I won't start the intro till 9. It's Heather Boyd Wire if you're just hopping on the live stream. And welcome, welcome, welcome. I'll put up a project that I did a tutorial for last week. Well, it's not actually this beaded one. But last Saturday, I guess, I did a tutorial on how to make chokers out of crocheted wire. Oh, we have a couple people already. Clarice is here, hello, and Kat's here, and Wilma's here. Awesome, guys. Hello, hello, hello. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to adjust the comments thing a little bit. We've got everything going here, and we're going to try for a live stream this week. So last week we had a little problem. I had no power. We had a storm and we had no power. So we have designs by Martinez by Arlena, and we have Wilma says that's beautiful. Yes, so this was actually the inspiration for last week's video. If you didn't see it already, it's like a little choker but made with cord, like plastic cord. So this one is actually the same design as the one that was on last week, but it's fully beaded. So this one I did not make. This one was given to me by a friend, and I challenge any of you to try to make it because I'm sure it takes many hours. Well, it's just a matter of beading the whole thing and then doing the same kind of technique that I did last week. On the video, and I'm super excited that this Saturday I have a collaboration video coming up with my friends Pascal and Brian, so definitely look out for that video. It's going to be really fun and different. And yeah, so if you're not already subscribed to my channel, Heather Boyd Wire, please subscribe. And I see some people in here from the Facebook group, the Wire Art and Jewelry Makers Club. So if you're not already a member and you're on Facebook, please join the group. And we have Manuel that's joining, says hola, and I say hola back. That's awesome. So why don't we just get started, guys? And so what I'm going to do is actually show you a few necklaces that I have, and then I'm going to just make a couple of little things. So Sharon's on too. Hey Sharon, how are you? That's awesome. I'm just going to push up this so I can see all your comments. And Joey's here. Awesome. That's so great. All my regulars are coming on. That's so great. And if I ever miss any comments, I'll definitely go back and watch this stream again and answer any questions that you need answered. You guys are welcome to talk amongst yourself. I love it when you guys do that. Sharon says, how are you? I'm great. Summer's almost over. We have a bit of a hot day today, but not too bad. So what I'm going to do is show you a few necklaces that I've made over the years. This one is actually called a lariat necklace, and this one I will do a tutorial for at some point because it's a really interesting design. Basically what it is, it's just a long cord I use the cotton cord. You could use leather as well, and basically it's a very long cord, almost like a little snake, and every inch or so I put a little bead and I crimped it. So here's like the little crimp, and I'm not going to make this necklace right now, but I'll just basically show you what I did. Was I would just take like this black cord and I'd put, this crimp actually might not even be big enough, but let's see, I think I had a thinner cord than this. Oh, maybe this cord's better. So this is like, I think this is about a 1 millimeter cord. So basically I would take this cord and put on the crimp, okay, like that. And it's super easy, but like I said, I will do a full tutorial for this one. And, oh, Jordan's on. Oh my goodness, Jordan, is it the middle of the night? That is crazy. Well, thank you so much. I'm very honored that you're on the live stream. So here's like a little, like a larger crimp. Usually I use 2 millimeters, but this one's actually more like a 3 or something. And basically you just put the crimp on and swish it, and then we'll get another crimp. And yeah, I'll do a tutorial for this one, not this Saturday, but probably the following Saturday because I have something planned for this Saturday already. So that's awesome. So then we're gonna do another crimp on there. I won't do the whole thing, but this is just to give you an idea. So basically you crimp like these. so the 2 crimps, and then you put beads and then crimp on the either side, and then you go all the way down. So, and then when you wear it, what you can do is you can just you do a little loop on the end, and you stick like the beads through however much you want to. So there, it goes in half like that, and then this goes around your neck, and you just push this down like this, and it's super, super cute and pretty. So that's called a lariat necklace. If you Google lariat necklaces, you'll see all kinds of cool designs. So there's one, and then another one that I did in the same fashion was in the sort of earthy tones, and then this one is a little special. I did this fun little kind of beaded pendant thing. So when I do the tutorial, I'm going to show you guys how to do that. So it's 2 a.m. where Jordan is. Oh, wow, that's amazing. Actually, I usually go to bed at 2 a.m., so you're not that far off from what I usually do. But I'm usually up all night playing. I play something called Word Feud. I don't know if you guys know Word Feud. It's like Scrabble. It's an app. So if any of you guys like Scrabble and want to play Word Feud with me, I would challenge you to a game. I'm playing with one person now in the States. So here's the other one, and this has got the little dangling cord. So that one's really cute too. That's also the lariat necklace. And sorry if I'm cutting my head off. I'm going to try to stay in line with, I can't actually see myself, but hopefully you guys can see me. So there's the other lariat necklace. And then I'll show you a couple other funky necklaces that I didn't make, that I got. I play words with friends. Okay, cool. That's nice. Yeah, it's a word. I'm totally addicted to this Word Feud. It's really fun. So this one was actually, I did not make this, but this is a woman. Her son has autism, and she has a program making jewelry with her son. And he was, I think, a teenager when she started the program, and I believe he's in his like mid to late 20s now. And so basically, she gets the boys to do all the beading and stuff, and she makes products, and she sells them to raise money for their education program. So it's very cool. And I forget offhand what the program's called, but I will link it up below in the replay. And basically what this design is, if anybody works with fabric, they'd find it super interesting. So what it is this is 3 kind of strands of fabric. I don't know, I don't even think they've been stitched. Let me just see. Yeah, they are. They have been stitched. So they're like little tubes of fabric. They're braided. So this whole long piece is braided. And then on either end, she's just wound the end with wire and made like a little string of beads and put some chains down there. So these are super cool too. And maybe what I'll do is, if I haven't already, I'll post photos in the Facebook page to give you guys an idea how to do this one. And this is the same idea as the lariat. It's a long piece, and you basically put it around your neck. I think there's different ways you can tie it. So it goes around your neck, and then you just go like that, and it does like a little wrap around like that. So that's super cool too. It's sort of a cross between a scarf and a necklace, which is really cool. So we have Annette hanging on. Hey Annette, how are you? So there we go. So that's another one. And then the other one I wanted to show you that I made, and I am planning to do a little tutorial on how to do this pendant. So basically it's a glass, like a black glass piece, and I've crocheted around it. So it's, I basically kind of crocheted I think it was like a rectangle, and then I wrapped it around and kind of sewed it on there, so which was cool. And then this is a really fun kind of necklace cord, which is like a sheer ribbon with a single black, this one is like satin, satin, is that what you call it? Yeah, I think so, like a little satin cord. And then it's put together with a little clasp there. So what I thought I'd do is just show you guys how to make this kind of cord to use for a necklace, and you could put your own kind of pendants on it, which is really cool. And there's Rebecca. Very nice. Thanks, Rebecca. So this is really fun because you could do all kinds of different pendants on it. So what I'm going to show you is this one. I actually bought this at a wholesaler, because I buy a lot of my my supplies at wholesaler. So this is the same idea. It's basically just a 1/2 inch ribbon with 3 strands of cotton cord. So this would be this cotton cord, which is, let's see if it says, it is 1 millimeter. So 1 millimeter round cotton cord I guess you could use leather. I prefer to use the cotton. I find it easier to work with. And so I'm just going to show you guys how I did it. So what I'll do is I'll just kind of disassemble this one. This is just a little, I don't know what they call these, little clasp ends. I forget what they call them. If anybody knows what those are called, just let me know. It's some kind of end cap, I guess you would call it. So what I'll do is I'll just go ahead and cut that off, just to show you guys how to do it. So basically what you would do is just take the ribbon, the 1/2-inch ribbon, and the 3 strands, or 2 strands if you like, of the cord, and you can just kind of wrap the ribbon around the cord, and basically you would take, just make sure, sometimes you need like 3 hands with these, so you just take the little end cap, whoop, like that, and we'll just stick these little ends in the end cap. If ever you need a little bit of crazy glue or something, you probably could do that too. It's just a little tricky to get it held down properly, and then you can just, with your flat pliers, kind of bend it down, and that will just basically hold everything in place. So let's just turn it around to do the other side. Oh, one of the strings came out. So that's where you need more hands, or you need some crazy glue. Or probably, if you had thicker pliers, it would be better too. I'm not using the pliers with the teeth, but you probably could. So this isn't super perfect, but that's sort of the idea. Actually, one of the cords came out, so let's not even worry about that. I'll just show you how it would look with 2 cords. So that's just the idea like that. So basically you put the 1 ribbon and 2 cords inside the bead cap, and you kind of squish it. I think I didn't have the proper pliers for that, but I'll show you how it looks on the other end. So it's same thing. So here's like the commercial one. It's like a little bead cap, and with those 3 things in it, and then you just put that one in there. So you know what I could do is I could just, because I'm a perfectionist, let's just cut it off and start it again. We'll just go like that. Or the other thing you could do, if you don't have a bead cap, let's see what we would do if we didn't have the bead cap. We'll just trim it. Okay. Same thing, you could just push these together like that. And you can always put them in like a little spring. I don't think these springs are big enough. Let me just see, because I do have these springs. So if you had a bigger spring, I'm just going to see if I have a bigger one. I don't think I do. But if you did have a big enough spring, you could actually stick the spring in there. But if you don't have a spring, I'm just going to get some wire. This is 28 gauge. So let me just get some, I'm going to get some 20 gauge wire. So if you don't have a bead cap, you can either use a spring, or you could just get wire. You know, I always like to improvise, so why don't we just get some wire and just bend it around like that. Okay. And you really don't want it to slip out, so you could make this spring quite large. And then, like I said, if you want to put a little dab of crazy glue before you wind it, you probably could. So I'm just going to be really generous with the wire. So there you've created like a little spring like that. Okay, and we're just going to clip the end a little bit. And then for that, you want to make a little loop. So we're going to get our round pliers, and we're just going to do like a little loop like that. And I like a nice finished kind of product, so let's just cut it flush like that. And we're just going to close it up like that. See if it's closed in. Yeah, you probably want to use at least a 20 gauge wire. So there you have. So it's not perfect, but squish it a bit. So there's like a little spring with a loop, so you could do it that way as well. And I'm missing some comments on here. So Kathy's here too. Hey, Kathy. There we go. And perfect. So yeah, so with the wire works well because it's a bit of a spring. And then you could put any kind of pendant on. I had actually made like a little kind of pendant like this. This is basically just like a little heart bead. And I'll show you how I would just put that together for a pendant. I'll just get some wire. So here's some 20 gauge wire. Okay, like that. So if you want to make a pendant like that with any bead really, So you're just going to, let's get some thin pliers. We're just going to kind of make, you could use a head pin if you want, or you can just make your own, like make a little loop in the wire. And then this is a little heart bead, so we're just going to put that in like that. And then you can just bend it at perpendicular and do a little loop. Whoops. And then just wind it around like that. And basically that's your pendant. So that's super quick. You just go like that. There's your little pendant. And then what you can do to attach it is just get like a little jump ring. You just find a jump ring. Actually, if you don't have a jump ring, you can make a jump ring. So I would use a little thicker wire or stronger wire for the jump ring, so at least a 20 or 18 gauge wire. And then we can just turn it around like that, make a loop. Hopefully it's clear enough that you guys can see it. And then we'll just cut it a little there and cut it a little bit on the other side. Okay. And we're going to open it up. Might have to be a little bigger, but we're going to see. Yeah, let's make it a little bit bigger, because if it's actually going to fit on there, I think we're going to need it a little bit bigger. So let's do that. In fact, you know what I'm going to do? I think I'm going to do this a little bit differently. So because the jump ring, I'm a little worried it might not, it might come open, and you wouldn't want it to open up. So let's just start this over. We're just going to do like a little loop on the end. Okay. This is going to be easier, I think. I'm actually going to remove this. We'll start again. And we're going to put the bead on there. And then I think I'll put it directly on the ribbon, but what I'm going to do is just move it back and we'll make a larger loop. I think it's going to be easier. So let's just make a larger loop, kind of like that. Okay. And then basically we'll take these kind of 3 ribbons like that. Okay. And you don't want it too tight, or it's going to like pull at the cords. So let's just like make a loose, I don't know if you guys can see it, it's like a loose kind of loop there. And then you want to close the loop so it won't come like undone and stuff. So we're going to go like that. And there we have like the little, yeah, this is great for a choker too, because if you want it like just to sit snugly, so there you go. So it's just on there, and you could even use like a bigger kind of bead on there too, but that's the idea. I really like this design because it's like a sheer ribbon with a couple of little 1mm cords, and it just makes it a little more fancy like that. So there you go. So that's one idea for like a little choker. And let's see. Jordan says, I had to make some jump rings for something earlier. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, jump rings are fun, but you really want to have a wire that's not too soft. Like you can use the artistic copper wire, but it's a little soft. So if you do, I might, rather go with an 18 gauge rather than a 20. And often I make sterling silver jump rings, and they're pretty, like if you get the half hard wire, it's really good. So another idea for a choker is just to get some of this ribbon, or I was actually looking for velvet, but the only velvet I had was this brown color, and actually the brown's not too bad. So we've got I have like a brown one, or I have the blue one. So let's just look and see which one is the best. This one's a little bit wrinkled, but so we have the brown or the blue. Let's go with the blue for now, but you definitely can use velvet ribbon. This is about a 1/2 inch, but the findings I have, I would have maybe liked to have a larger ribbon, but I'm just going to show you guys this to give you an idea of how it is. So this is a different kind of finding. It's kind of like a little clamp thing. And what I'll do is I'll try to find some online and link it up so you guys can see what it is. But basically all you do with this is take your ribbon and stick it in, and you'll see it's a little smaller than that, But the idea is if you get a larger ribbon, if the ribbon was maybe 3/4 of an inch, it probably would work better. But this is just to give you a little idea of how it works. So let's just try it. I don't even know if I've used this before, but it's a little bit tricky because you have to, same idea, you almost need 3 hands when you're working with these materials. So let's just put it in there and see if we could just clamp it a bit. And then there's actually teeth in this little clamp thing. So in theory, it's supposed to hold it in place. So let's see if it actually does. I think you really have to clamp it down for it to work. And yeah, you could get different sizes of these. There we go. I think that's going to work. So if we just clamp it down, yeah, you'll see it's a little small for what I'm doing, but it definitely holds it in place. So if you do that, and then you want the other one, let's put the teeth on the same side. So it's a little bit even. So we're going to stick that in there. And we're just going to clamp it in place. Let's hold it in a way that it's going to stay in there. And then we're going to see how we're going to attach a pendant onto this one. Because for this one, I was thinking to do it a little bit differently. I don't know if chokers are really popular now. Maybe you guys can tell me. I'm not sure if chokers are really in these days. There we go. So see, these are nicely clamped in place. And then what you would do to attach it, I have like something called like a lobster clasp, and I have an extension chain. So you would use that, and I have this, which is like a jump ring. It's called a split ring. So we'll just stick the split ring on one side. If we can just open it up. It's really practical if you have fingernails. So we're just going to do that. We'll put the little split ring on there. Basically looks like a little keychain or key ring. And I'm going to attach the extender chain. Now extender chains are super practical too because they're, if you're not quite sure how long a necklace should be, it's handy to have it. So you can just add a little bit of length to a necklace. So these are usually 2 inches long, the extender chains. And for chokers, they're really practical because you don't want them too tight or too loose. So there we go. So here's like the little end with the extender chain. And then for the this one, which is the lobster clasp, we're going to add it with a jump ring. But because I forgot my jump ring, I'll just use the one that I made. So there we go. So let's just use that for this. Waste not, want not. So we're just going to add the jump ring onto there and put the little lobster clasp, they call it, and just close it up like that. So there we have like the little hook, and then this becomes a choker. Very super easy to do. And then what I think would be a good idea would be just to add this, add like a little ring here. But my idea was just to poke a hole in the middle. So if you want to like fold it in half, find the midpoint, and just stick a little pin just to hold the hole there. And then we're going to make a jump ring. Let me see what I have. I think I'll use this wire because it's a little thinner and stronger, which is probably good. There we go. Oh, sorry, I'm missing some comments here. So Jordan says, I'm wearing a choker necklace. That's cool. You'll have to send me a picture. And Wilma says, my daughter loves them. They're beautiful. Everybody likes chokers. That's awesome. I see a lot of different lengths worn together. Chokers. Oh, that's a good idea to wear different lengths of necklaces. I like that. Yeah. Yeah. And Kathy says, I love them and I'm 52. Well, that's a coincidence because I am 52 there too. That's awesome. Maybe we have the same birthday, Kathy. That's so cool. So let's make another jump ring. Okay, so we're just going to do that. And we're going to cut one side there. And another one on the other side. Yeah, I'm really excited for you guys to see my video on Saturday. I went to two friends' house last Saturday and filmed a collaboration video. So that's coming up. That's going to be really fun. So now if you want to get the jump ring through the fabric, probably what you're going to have to do is like kind of pull at it a little bit just to make the hole a little bigger, at least to get the jump ring through. So then we can just put it right into the ribbon like that. And like I said, try to use a decent wire that's not too bendy, because otherwise you don't want your pendant to come out. So now we're gonna close it up, and we kind of want to line it up a little bit like that. It's hard when I'm doing a live stream because I can't see it like so up close, but that gives you an idea of how it works. So there we go. So this is, see, it just hangs right off the ribbon, and you can do any kind of pendant you want. Actually, I wanted to show you guys, I had a really fancy bead somebody gave me. This is like a fused glass bead. I don't know if you guys ever work with fused glass. I'm going to see if I have another one. So a friend of mine actually gave me some of these beads. They're really beautiful. And I've actually done a little bit of fused glass beads, which is basically you get like a rod and you melt the glass, which is really interesting. So I took a class about that, and I did that at one point, and it was really fun. So, okay, so everybody's telling their ages. That's awesome. The 50s club. So Clarice says, best age, Sharon, I'm 50. That's awesome. So a lot of us are around the same age. That's pretty cool. I love that. So here we go. So there's this one here, and let me just compare it to the other one. So this was the other necklace I showed you that I made before. And this one, I'll definitely show you guys at one point how to make the crocheted pendant like that. And then this is the same idea. Like this one has one cord, and this one has a triple cord like that. So that's really interesting too. And then so what I think I'll do is I'll put like a list of all like the resources and stuff like that in the descriptions. And if you guys have any like questions or stuff, just feel free to ask me. I'm just going to look at the comments here. One says, I can't wait to share my choker creations on Facebook. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, anytime you guys have pictures you want to share, definitely share them. And for people that aren't on Facebook, I've actually put it out there. If anybody ever wants to send me, like email me a picture, I have a community tab on my YouTube account that I can actually share photos of your work too. So that's pretty awesome. And I forgot to show you, I also had this fun piece. Here, I'll move these ones over. And I don't even know where I got this one, but this one it looks like a recycled bandana. And it's being sewn like as a large tube. And I actually have a tool. I don't know if any of you guys sew, but I have a tool that's called a fast turn tool. And basically you can sew any length of fabric tube and turn it inside out really easily, which is very cool. In fact, I might even have a tutorial. I'm going to check it out and see. I think I might have a tutorial. Oh, you know which tutorial it's in? I have one on how to make aprons. I think that's it. And I think I made like a long strip of fabric that I turned inside out. So I'm going to link that up too. But basically it's a long tube, and this one is being stuffed. Like this is just stuffing in there. And then these are just little pony beads. So I imagine what they did was they would stick like the pony bead over the fabric, and then put a little bit of stuffing in the fabric. Although I'm thinking maybe even like a little bead or something might be cool, because getting stuffing way down the tube, I really don't know how they did that. That would be tricky. And then they put another bead, and then basically it's just like this kind of funky little bandana thing. Like if you double it up, it almost makes like a funky little Western bandana. So that one's really cool too, definitely. And I don't think I have much. I don't think I have much more in the way of projects tonight. So let me just see if anybody has any more comments. So Clarice says, I want to do that one. Which one, Clarice? Do you mean the one with the fabric? Do you sew? Because that one is really funky too. So I mean, eventually I'll make some tutorials for all of these, but yeah, this one's fun. And the lariat necklace. So maybe not this weekend, but the following weekend, the Saturday, I'll do a tutorial for how to make the lariat because it's really cool. And I love that idea because it's very open-ended. You can just like wrap it around and stuff. It's really, the fabric one, eh, Clarice? Oh, that's cool. Yeah, well, maybe I'll do a tutorial for that one too because I think it's a really fun idea and very simple, and the tool is super cool. So I'll definitely yeah, that one's really fun. It's called like a fast turn tool. I think you can still buy them. I'm not sure, but I'm gonna link up the tutorial that I have that one in as well. But on that note, I'm gonna stop it now. I'm gonna try to keep the live streams down to about half an hour. So we're just about at that point. And as always, keep sharing your pictures in the Facebook group or send me pictures and I'll share them in the community page. If you're not already subscribed to new people, please subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell to know when I go live, which is usually every Wednesday, except last week when I had a power failure. And also I'm starting to promote on my videos my Etsy shop because it's so funny. I've had this channel for a long time and I never even thought to promote my own work, which is at etsy.com, and the shop is Heather Boyd Wire. So I make all kinds of wire wedding cake toppers and jewelry. I have a little shop with my husband and we mostly make wedding cake toppers and custom ornaments and stuff. Last week I made a motorcycle, which was really cool. So if you guys want to check that out, could inspire some ideas for your creations as well. So, and Jordan, I want to give you a big thank you for staying up till 2 in the morning. That's insane. And can you email me later today? Definitely give me an email. You guys can email me or message me anytime if you have any questions about, you know, entrepreneurship, jewelry making, anything, you know, even social media. I do a lot of social media stuff. So it is my pleasure to help. And we will see you guys the next time. And thanks for all the hearts and the hugs and emojis. I love it. So we'll see you guys very, very soon. And everybody have a great end of the week and a great